So any kind of question what we discussed in our previous session?
No, sir.
Okay, so it's our actually
Sir, in previous sessions,
Mhm.
only JDBC model we create data source.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay, just a moment. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, with this one. Maybe not too much discussion. Okay, so actually, we created one project, right? Yes or no? Okay, just let me check. Let me check. This is the main config class, controller class, DO class, SBIN class, service class. Okay. So what we discussed in our previous session, maybe we created one project, right?
Yeah.
One simple project. We have a database table, right? We have the database, and we fetch the data, right? And maybe I give you some tasks, right? Are you done with this task?
Mhm.
Are you done with this task? Okay,
One
last time,
second.
just let me run this program. Let me check what is the
Mhm.
output actually. Just a moment. Let me check what is the output. Run as Java application. Okay, so we are getting the output, right? Okay, let me check. Do I need to open the database right now?
No, not at all.
Okay, just within a moment. Let me revise all the things. What is the what we are doing actually in the real project? So this is our database, right? This is our database, and okay, in front of database, okay, there is a one layer. What is the name of the layer? What is the name of the layer? Repository layer, right?
Persistent.
Or
Yeah, qualify.
layer, right? But we are not directly writing the class. First of all, we are creating or we are defining one interface, right? Yes or no? Maybe in our previous,
Yeah.
this is the
Mm.
the name. Okay, I means interface. Okay, interface name is employee service. Okay, yes or no? And okay, so simply
Yes.
we are defining one method. What is the method name? Simply we are
Fetch employee.
okay, it's employee. I highly request please be on time, whatever. I'm just okay. So what we discussed in our previous session, just I'm repeating one more time. Simply in our previous session, we created one project. Okay. Let me run our previous project or okay. Simply run as Java application. So we are getting this output, nothing more than this. Actually, okay, actually in the database, this data are available, right? Simply one employee table, okay. So this is our database. This is our database. In front of database, we have one layer. What is the name of the layer? Repository, right? Yes or no? And we are defining this layer using one annotation repository, right? Yes or no, boss? Consider
Yeah.
we have multiple repository layer or DAO layer, okay? We have multiple layer. Suppose this layer will communicate with database. So it is highly recommended, right? It is highly recommended, first of all, to define one interface, right? To define one common interface, to
Yes.
define one interface, okay? So in the previous project, okay, this is one layer. In the layer, maybe we have one class or multiple classes, right? Generally, we have multiple classes. So simply, first of all, we are defining one interface. I means interface, and then interface name is employee service. Okay, I employee service. Simply, we are defining one method. What is the method name here, sir? What is the method name? Simply fetch employee by
Fetch
simply fetch
employee.
employee. Okay, and simply we are passing was what? We are passing three parameter, right? From the client application. Okay, from the client application, we will pass this parameter. Yes or no, boss? Okay, and we are throwing the exception, right? We are throwing the exception. Why? So that we can pass the exception. We can pass the exception to the client. Okay, to the client. Okay, am I audible?
Yes.
In our application, we are defining. We have multiple layers, right? We have multiple layers. We want to propagate. We want to propagate the exception also. For this purpose, we are throwing the exception. Nothing more than this. And what should be the return type? Why list? Why list? What should be the return type? We are not fetching only one employee. We are fetching multiple employee, right? So the return type is a collection
Mhm.
from this, right? means this method will return multiple what? Multiple employee, not one employee, right? Any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay. So simply we are defining one interface. For better understanding, I highly request please watch the previous videos. Okay, so simply we are implementing for this purpose, we are defining another class. Okay. Another class. Why this one? Yeah. Okay, sorry, this is not the service. This where is our DAO? Service, okay. This is the DAO, right?
Yeah,
Why you are not telling me this one? Okay. So simply, boss, we are defining one interface. I employee DAO, not service. Okay. I employee DAO. And the method name is find by job. Okay. Simply we are passing this therapy. We are passing this three parameter. Okay. Any confusion, boss? I have no question, right?
no,
No
sir.
question.
Hmm.
Simply one interface. Package name is DAO. Okay. So simply what is the implementation class? Employee DAO. Okay. Today this okay. So just listen 2 minutes. Let me finish this explanation actually. So but simply this is our employee DO class. Okay, employee DO implementation. This class implements I employee DO. Okay. We are defining this is the repository, right? This is the repository class, right?
Hmm.
Means what this class is
Yeah.
responsible. This class is responsible. Okay. This layer is responsible to communicate with database, right? To communicate with database, nothing more than this. Any confusion, boss?
No, sir.
And this, okay, this, okay, like repository, at the rate repository, okay, at the rate controller, okay, at the rate controller, okay, at the rate service, at the rate component, okay. The purpose of this all annotation almost same, right? Almost same. Yes or no, boss? To create the bin, to create the object.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So we are calling this is the stereotype annotation, okay? Stereotype annotation. The purpose is almost same with little changes. Okay, in this one. And maybe I explain first of all this query, right? First of all, this query. Okay. What is the responsibility or what is the purpose of the query, boss? It will fetch the data only, right? It will fetch the data, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Simply, okay, simply just observe the query. Select EID, employee name, city, job, from employee table, where job. Okay, in. You can use double equal operator also. Order by job, okay? First of all, I explain the query, then okay,
Uh-huh.
the database, I explain the query, whatever. And I hope you can understand this query if you know the database concept, okay? Even if you don't know the database concept, or if you don't have the proper database knowledge, or if you don't know this query, or you can't understand this query, don't worry. Okay, actually, almost we are not using this JDBC. That doesn't mean JDBC is outdated. Okay, we are not using whatever. We are using Spring Data JPA module. Okay, with this one. So simply just observe this query. This query is responsible for fetching the data from the what? From the database only, right? And can you
Yeah.
remember one concept like data
Hmm.
source? Data source? Data source? What is the purpose of data source, boss? What is the purpose of data source? It points to the collection pool only, right? It points to the connection points. Consider your
Uh-huh.
swimming pool, right? This swimming pool stores the water for multiple people, right? For multiple people. Okay, so for multiple requests, it stores the connection, one connection, another connection, another connection, another connection. Even you can define how many connections should be available, right? You can define. So actually this connection points to the this data source points to the connection only, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Should I repeat again?
No.
In our ping, we are manually defining. So we need to create this let me go. We need to create this data source only, right? Yes or no, boss?
Hmm.
And we need to manually create this data source object. Yes or no? Why are we creating? Control
Configuration.
okay,
Config.
F1 So can you observe like okay public class app config or like database config? Any name is perfectly fine, boss. What is the purpose? Okay, simply this is the class. This class is the configuration class, right? Configuration class means what? Hey, Spring, I am the Spring Bean, or I have the Spring Bean. Actually, it is telling, hey, Spring, I have the Spring Bean, right? So we are defining one method, get connection. That
Okay.
return type of the method is data source object, right? Data source object. This object points to the what, boss? This object points to the what? Connection pool only, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So simply, okay, your data source is what? Data source is an interface, right? Data source is an interface. Consider like engine is your interface. There are multiple implementation class, okay, like electric engine, okay, diesel engine, yes or no? Petrol engine, like this. Your data source is a what? Data source is a interface, okay. So it has multiple implementation class, okay. So our JDBC, actually our Spring is providing one class. What is the class name? What is the implementation class? Driver manager data source.
Driver manager.
Okay. Driver manager data source. Nothing
Source.
more than this. This is the DS and we are returning this DS. Okay. So this method return one object, right? This method return one object, and this object is managed by what? This object is managed by the Spring. Should I repeat anything? Ignore this part. So
Okay.
this object is taken care by the Spring IOC container, right? So in the Spring bucket, this IOC container is available or not? Sorry, in the Spring IOC container, this data source object is available or not?
Yes.
The
Okay.
method return type is the data source object. So the object is taken care by the Spring IOC container. In the Spring memory, in the Spring container,
Good.
the Spring container bucket, this data source object is available or not? So now tell me, if you need this data source object, so how you are telling? At the rate AutoAdd only, right? Yes or no, boss? At the rate AutoAdd data source. Data source DS, okay? Means, hey, Spring, please check this data source object is available or not in your bucket, right? Please give me this data source object. Yes or no, boss? Should I repeat again?
No.
Here we are setting actually ds.set URL, set username, set password, set driver class name, nothing more than this. And maybe I give you another task. You should take this data from the application.properties. Are you done with the task? Are you done with the task? Vinay, are you done with the task?
No, sir. Without,
Okay.
I forget the questions.
Okay. So simply data source object is available in the Spring container, right? Yes or no, boss? Just observe. Data source object is available. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So how to get his Spring? Please give me this data source object, right? Okay.
Yes.
In our normal JDBC, we are creating the connection, okay? Like driver manager get connection. We are passing what? We are passing URL, username, password only, right? But right now, simply we are calling
Yeah,
the
connection
get
data.
connection. Nothing more than this. It will return the get connection, okay? Is it okay? So yeah, this is the implementation
Yeah.
method. Yeah, this is the implementation method. The return type is the list of employee. Okay, we are passing this data. Okay, this three parameter throws exception, okay? So this is one list. We are using try with resource. If you want, you can use simply try. Okay. We are using try with resource. As you told me, you already know this basic concept. Okay. So simply we are getting ds not get connection, right? Ds not get connection. Head data source. Please give me one connection and
Yeah.
we are exploring
Yeah.
this. Okay. Then simply we are creating the prepared statement. Same JDBC concept. Okay. Same JDBC concept. Yeah. Yeah, nothing Spring related concept. Simply JDBC concept only. Simply JDBC concept. This one line, and this line only Spring related. Otherwise, remaining all the code are plain JDBC only, right? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Simply we are creating prepared statement, but nothing more than this. ps.set string. Simply we are setting the parameter, right? Query parameter set one.job1. Okay. Simply we are setting this value in this query only, right? Where is the query? This is the query, right? And we are defining the query. You can pass the query here, or it is better to define the query at the above only, right? Okay, boss?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So this is our query. We are passing the parameter here, right? Nothing more than this. So just observe, we are setting the query. Okay. So what is our next task? we created the connection. We have the connection, we have the prepared statement. The next step is to execute the connection, to execute the query only, right? So we are using the method ps dot execute query only, right? The return type is result set. Should I repeat again?
No.
Okay. So boss, this
Mm.
this will return one result set. Okay, this will return one result set. If you want to, okay. So what is our purpose? Simply we are fetching this result set data, right? We are using one while loop rs.next method already, you know, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So simply we are telling it, hey, rs.getIn, hey, result set, give me this EID, give me this name, result set, give me this city, give me this job. Another point, okay. So boss, here what we are doing, this is our result set. This is up to now our task is completely done. But can we pass this result set data? Now I am discussing some new concept. Are you ready? Can we pass
Yes,
this
bro.
set data? Can we pass this result set data over the network? Through the network, can we pass this result set data? We cannot pass the results and data, right? We cannot pass the results and data over the network. Why? Because this doesn't, okay, implement serializable, right? Maybe you know this basic concept. Yes or no, boss? Means
Yes.
in single English, okay, in simple English, we cannot pass this results and data over the network. So what is the tricks? Simply, you take the data from the result set and store into the collection, right? Store into the collection, okay? Just observe here, what is our collection? Array list only, right?
List.
New array list, okay? F3, okay, just observe the class, this class. Are you observing public class array list? Extends, okay, leave this one. This class implements multiple interface, okay? One implement is serializable, right? Means what? Means we can pass this object over the network only, right? This is a very simple thing only. So common tricks is always we need to one boss. We are converting this result set into one list, right? For this purpose, we are creating one employee object. Okay, we are creating one employee object. This is our bin class. Already this employee is already defined. Just check. Okay, where is employee? Yes, bin class. Okay, this employee class is already defined, right? This employee class is already defined. Already setter method, getter method is already available, right? Okay, boss.
Yeah.
So simply, first of all, row by row, we are getting the data, right? So we are getting this row and we are storing to the employee, right? We are getting first record rs.next. First record storing to the employee object. We are creating one employee object. We are storing the record into the employee object, and we are storing this employee into the list, right? Yes or no?
Uh-huh.
Like this way, we are converting all record into the object. All record into the employee object. We are creating employee object, and we are storing all the record data to the employee object. Later, we are storing this employee object to the list. Okay. At the end, we are simply returning this list. Okay. Any confusion?
Mhm.
Okay.
Awesome.
Nothing more than this was it. Okay. So
Mhm.
I think I explained too much. Whatever. So this is the repository. Who will create this object? Who will create this object? Spring Bean only, right? Who will create this object, boss? Spring container only, right? Yes or no? Who will create this Spring Bean?
Mhm.
Spring container only, right? So already object is
Spring
available.
container.
That I want to use this object in any class. So how to access? At the rate auto here, right? Spring container. Please check this object is available or not. Like what? Which one? Consider private. Private what? Like private employee. Okay, like private I employee DAO, right? I employee DAO, like any name. Yes or no, boss?
Yes.
Consider I want to use inside this service class, right? I want to use inside this service class. Okay, this is the service class. I employee. Okay, is it okay? Is it okay, boss? Okay, then
Yes.
simply we are calling this. Okay, object is already available. Okay, so simply we are calling this method m. Okay, empdao dot method name, right? Should I repeat anything from here?
No.
Okay, I'm not discussing too much. One layer, this is the database, this is the database, this is the repository layer. Again, we are using another layer, which layer? Service layer, right? Again, we are using one layer, which layer? Controller layer, right? Okay, and from the client application, we are using this controller layer, right? Let me show you this controller layer also. This is our controller layer, right? Employee controller, right? Service interface, and from the main method, we are using method dependency lookup, right? To get the controller. I'm not explaining any single line from here, right? I highly request you. Okay, first of all, if you cannot understand, right? If you can't understand, please watch the previous videos. After watching the previous videos, if you have any kind of question, you can ask. Up to now, have you got the basic idea, first of all? Can you please confirm me?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So observe. Okay. Observe about today's class. Okay. Ignore all the layer, right? What is actually just focus on repository layer, right? Ignore the service layer or controller layer. So this is our actually here we are using plain JDBC, right? This is our actually repository layer. So if you want, you can use like one extra class like JDBC template, right? JDBC template to make. Okay, this is one helper class, JDBC template provided by the Spring, right? Provided by the Spring. If you want, you can use this class also. Okay, this helper class. But I'm not showing any program using JDBC template. There are some other class like, for example, in Spring ORM like Hibernate template. Okay, like JPA template, Mongo template, Redis template, but it is not required for us, right? So I'm not showing anything. Okay, like simply I explained some basic concept about connection pool only, right? So just I'm ignoring this concept, JDBC template concept or other concept. Okay, if you want, then maybe I can explain, but it is not required. Okay, it is not required. Okay, okay, boss. Just
Yeah.
some helper
Yes.
class. You can ignore some. You can skip some JDBC code. Nothing more than this. Okay. Next. Okay. Next. Advantages. Okay. Leave this one. So mainly let me discuss some concept actually JDBC connection pool. Okay. This is important for us. This is important for us. Okay. So was in Spring, who is creating this connection pool or this object? Like I mean data source object. Who is creating the data source object? Who is creating this data source object, boss? Who is creating this data source object? Please tell me.
Spring.
Let me connect mouse actually. Okay. I mean, who is creating this data source object manually? We are creating, right? We are creating this focus from here, right? Binoy, are you there?
Yes.
Who is creating?
Manually developer.
Okay, first of all, just within a moment, let me create one properties file, right? Can you help me? One package, right? Like package.
Yeah.
Then please tell me. No, part. Okay. Is it okay? Any package name, right? Okay. In this properties file, let me create one file. What is the name? Like app.properties, right? Or application.properties. Yes or no? The fixed name is Spring Boot. This is application.properties, right? Okay, boss. Is it okay? Is it okay? Should I repeat again? Yeah, I need to use property source only, right? Property source, right? Okay, yes or no? Like
App properties.
properties like app dot.
Yes.
Is it okay? Is it okay, boss? Now please tell me how to set value. How to set value here. Okay, here I can define any key value here, right? One key like JDBC URL. Is it okay? Any name is perfectly fine, right? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Any name is perfectly fine. Okay, simply let me copy. Okay, Control C. Okay, so can you please tell me? Here I have. Okay, so can you please tell me how to define value here? Consider JDBC password. Okay, this is the password. Not password. This is the username actually. This is the password. Okay, consider JDBC dot username. Any name is perfectly fine, right, Amos? Yes or no? And consider this is the driver. Now please tell me how to. Okay, for example, this is the JDBC driver. JDBC dot driver. Now can you please tell me? Can you please tell me how to take data? How to take data? How to set data? How to set data? Please tell me how to set data.
DS.set.
We are using one annotation at the rate below, but here can we use this annotation like this way? Then tell me how to add. Please tell me how to add. We can take some variable like private string, okay, private string, okay, like URL only, right? And at the top we can use as the rate. Yes or no, boss? Do I
Yes.
need anything?
No.
Okay, so this is the JDBC URL, right? Control C. Just let me complete this one as I am doing the same thing. Yeah. Okay, fine. Now another property, right? Like private what? Just tell me private what? Like username, right?
String.
Username, right?
Username. String. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, this is the username actually. Okay, username. Private string username. Okay.
String.
And another thing, which one? Like username, then what? Password only, right? Password. Okay, is it okay? Okay, boss. Any confusion?
Yes. No.
This one. Another thing, which one? Like class. Okay, driver class. Simply, this is what? Like JDBC driver, right? JDBC driver. Okay. If you have any kind of question, then can you please tell me any confusion up to now?
No, sir.
Okay. Simply goes here, we are setting what instead of like your URL. Yeah, which one? Like username only, right? This is the predefined method only. Yeah, which one? Password. I'm not discussing
Dynamic
anything
pass.
new. All the things are already explained concept. Okay. Right, but just let me run this one. Let me check everything is okay on. Okay. What's the problem here? You can see this should be the password. Okay, this should be the password. Username is so mistake. Okay. Now let me run. I hope everything is perfectly okay, perfectly fine, right? So we can take data from the what? From the properties file also. Any confusion? Boss, up to now, any confusion?
No.
So here, can you use any key, any kind of key, any kind of key?
Yes, sir. I will get lost.
So simply let me use some predefined key, right? For example, Okay, for example, instead of JDBC URL, can I write like Spring, okay, data source, auto suggestion, right? Data source URL, can I write like this way, this predefined key? Can I write like this way? Any confusion if I write like this way? Anything wrong? For example, let me go to the
No,
Google,
sir.
for example, application hyphen properties dot HTML, okay? Application hyphen properties dot HTML. Okay. Let me go anywhere. For example, Control F, search for like URL. Or simply let me search like data source in dot data source, okay? Dot URL. Okay. So some predefined, right? Some predefined. Are you observing? Some predefined key. Okay. What is the purpose of this one?
Yeah.
It's defined JDBC URL of the database, right? Okay. Spring data source username, right? Yes or no? So it is not mandatory here, right? It is not
Hmm.
mandatory here. It is not mandatory here to use this key, but let me use this one, okay? Spring data source username, right? Because in Spring or Spring, actually in Spring Boot, this is the predefined key, right? This is what was you cannot
Predefined.
you cannot change.
No, predefined.
This is the predefined. So let me use this one, okay? Let me use this key also. Nothing more than this. Simply this one. We can use any one, okay? If you okay, password. Are you observing login password of the database? Are you observing what is the purpose? No need to memorize also. What is the purpose of
Yeah.
okay? So login password of the database. Okay, and why the name data source? Don't worry, I'm explaining this point only. So from now we can practice. Okay, always you can use this fixed key, right? Always you can use either in Spring or Spring Boot, right? Spring.data source URL, Spring.data source password, Spring.data source username. Okay, and maybe last one, which one? Like Spring data source, like drive. Are you observing? So what is the purpose of Spring.data source? Fully qualified name of the JDBC driver, right? Auto detected based on the URL, right?
Yeah.
Let me copy this one also. And let me use Control C. Any confusion, boss? JDBC?
No, sir.
Simply, yeah, let me change. This is the driver. Control V. 6, just a moment. This is the username. Control C. Why suddenly I'm using this one? Just a moment, wait. And this is the password. Any confusion was up to now?
No, sir.
This is the URL, okay? Control C. 6. Control V, okay. So right now, can you please tell me? I'm asking you one simple question. Which data source object we are using? Which data source object we are using? Driver manager data,
Driver management as well.
driver manager data source. If you want, you can see which one we are using, right? Just observe like sys out, like last name, class, like vs.get class. Control S. Let me run this program. Okay, are you observing? Are you observing which one we are getting? Class name, okay? Fully qualified class name, right? This is the package. Okay, now boss? Yes or no? This is the package.
Yeah.
No need to memorize. Means what? From the package, you can understand this class, this driver manager data source. Okay. This is provided by what? This is provided by the Spring only, right? Or this Spring framework JDBC data source. Any confusion was up to now? I'm not discussing anything new, right? Okay. Okay. Can I go further?
Okay.
Okay, boss. But
Yeah.
what I want to discuss from here. Okay. So simply I am asking you one question. Okay. I am asking you one question. I'm not right now, I'm not discussing anything related to repository layer. Okay. Anything related to repository layer. This is your repository layer. If you can't understand this repository layer, please watch the previous videos. Okay. Simply I am explaining about, let me, okay. Simply I'm explaining about this connection pool, right? This connection pool. Okay. This connection pool. So boss, what does mean by connection pool? Connection pool means simply this is the connection pool, right? This is the connection pool. Okay. So here DES is pointing to this connection pool only, right? Here multiple connection is available, right? Okay, now boss. One connection, another
Yeah.
connection, consider 10 connection. So from the connection, simply you can say, hey, DS not get a connection. It will return you one connection. It will return you one connection. Okay. After completing your task, this connection will be available in the connection here, right? Something like consider your office management system, or consider your office like classroom office, okay, or any software institution office, okay. So consider there are 50 chair, but using this 50 chair, they can manage like 500 people. Yes or no? 500 students. Yes or no, boss? Okay. So this is the okay with this one. So actually, the problem is here. We are feeling, just understand. This is the point. Okay. Maybe the interview, the interview person can ask this question also, right? So actually, this driver manager data source, we are thinking, we are feeling this is the connection pool only, right? We are feeling this is the connection pool only, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Also, right now, are you getting my point? Whatever. Okay, let me explain.
Yes, sir.
Actually, we are thinking, just understand, this is the important point. We are thinking driver manager data source is the connection pool, but actually, this is not the connection pool, right? Actually, this is not the connection pool. Should I repeat again? Should I repeat again?
No, sir.
Simply, let me search to the Google. For example, like driver manager, okay, manager data source, okay, box, okay. Just observe, just check. We click here. So just observe this point, okay. Note the class is not an actual connection pool. Have you got my point? Okay, they are telling boss, they are telling it doesn't actually pull connection, okay. It doesn't point to the connection pool, okay. But just they are telling some solution also. Just if you check, okay, you can read this one, okay. I'm not telling, okay, simple. It's not designed, okay. Even they are giving some suggestion also, right? Like Hikari CP, okay, or a modern JDBC connection pool. Just observe this point, okay. Or a modern JDBC connection pool, okay. Consider Hikari CP, right? Okay. Instead of this one, consider Hikari CP, okay. Okay, boss. So what is the problem? What is the
Yeah.
point? What is the point from your boss? Actually, your driver manager data source is not points to the connection pool, right? Always it creates a new connection, okay? For every request, it creates a new connection. But we are thinking this is the connection pool, right? But this object doesn't point to the connection pool, right? This DS doesn't point to the connection pool. Should I repeat anything?
No, sir, no.
Okay. So simply, you can use what? Okay, some third party provided connection pool, right? Some third party provided connection pool, right? Should I repeat again? Just simply, boss. Okay,
No,
okay. Some third party like they are providing some connection pool like Hikari CP. Which one, boss? I'm not using pen tablet, just using mouse to write something like Hikari CP. Okay, like Apache DBCP2. Okay, like Tomcat JDBC pool, like C3P0. Okay, yes. It's difficult for me to write it today. Okay, let me search to the Google. Okay, like what I can type like okay, like Spring Boot connection pool. Okay, okay, boss.
um,
Is
yeah,
it just observe they are providing so many suggestion. Okay, Okay, like Hikari CP. Okay, observe, ignore all the things. Hikari CP, DBCP2, Oracle UCP. Are you observing? Apache, Tomcat, JDBC. Okay,
Mhm.
is it okay, boss?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Okay. So actually our driver manager data source is not the actual connection pool. Instead of, we can use Hikari CP, Apache DBCP2, okay, Tomcat JDBC connection, Tomcat JDBC pool, CPDP0, nothing more than this, whatever. So actually, mostly we are using Hikari CP. Boss. Which one? Which one? Which one, boss? Hikari CP. In the real project,
Icaris.
in the
Yeah.
real project, we are using Hikari CP. Okay, we are using Hikari CP. We are using Hikari CP. In the previous, okay, for the server, observe, try to understand this point. For the servers, they use server managed connection pool. But today's, okay, today's modern project, in server managed connection pool, in web application, enterprise application, everywhere in the server, for standalone application, okay, for server side application, everywhere we are using which connection pool, boss? Can you please tell me which connection pool?
Icaris.
Hikari CP. Okay, Hikari CP. Why we are using Hikari CP? Because of performance, right? Because of what?
Performance.
Because of performance. Okay, why we are using a Hikari CP? Okay, in like standalone. Okay, server application. Just observe this point because of performance. Okay. Are you observing? Hikari CP is used in standalone and where? Server side application. Okay. Why? It is
Mhm.
the fastest, most reliable, and lightweight. Okay, JDBC connection tool. Should I repeat again?
No,
Okay, best performance. Okay. So simply just this is the interview point only. Actually, which connection tool we are using? Which connection?
Icaris CP.
Hikari CP in standalone application or server side application also.
Server side.
Okay. So how to create boss? In Spring, we should create the connection pool. Manually, we need to create the connection pool, right? Tell me how to create the connection pool. New Hikari CP only, right?
Mhm.
Just you don't know, just start simply. For example, like Hikari CP object creation. So then new Hikari CP, nothing more than this. I mean, actually, okay, Hikari data source only, right? New Hikari data source. Is it okay, boss? Simply, boss, let me write
Yeah.
more than this. Just new HIE. Is there any auto suggestion? Is there any auto suggestion? Please tell me.
Yeah, that's it.
Is there any auto suggestion? No, there is
No,
no auto suggestion. Why? Because this is the third party software, right? Third party vendor provided, right? Yes or no? So what we should do, boss?
sir, why we use Icaris CP?
Hikari CP means what? These objects point to the connection pool. Actually, we are using Hikari CP connection pool. Why? Why you, first of all, why we are not using driver manager data source? Because this is not the connection pool, right? Yes or no? This
Yeah.
doesn't pull the connection, okay? This doesn't point to the connection pool. Instead of, we are using some third party provided connection pool, right? Instead of what we are providing,
Mhm. Third party
among
provider.
them, which one is the best among them? For example, some third party provided, okay, some third party provided what? Third party provided data source object or connection pool. Data source object or connection pool is like Hikari CP, Apache DBCP2, C3P0, right? Yes or no? Tomcat
Mhm.
DBCP
Yeah.
pool, Apache DBCP2 or others, okay? So many things. Among them, which one is best? Hikari CP only, right?
Icaris.
Why? Because of its performance only, right? Because of its performance, okay?
Yeah.
Nothing more than
Mhm.
internally, it provides the best performance, okay? So are we getting, okay, are you clear with your question?
Yes, clear.
Okay. So are you getting any auto suggestion?
No, sir.
Why? Why? Please tell me why. Okay. Because this is provided by third party vendor, right? So we need to include the jar file, right? How to add?
Yeah.
Go to Maven. I was Maven repository only, right? Yes or no? Are you listening to my class? Like
Yeah.
Ikari CP. Okay. This is the Ikari CP. Any version, like we are using Spring 6, right? So above 5.x, okay, you can use anyone, like 6.3.2. Anyone is perfectly fine, boss. Any compatible version is perfectly fine. Go to the pom.xml. Okay, simply control something. Just observe in the Maven repository. Are you observing Ikari CP jar? Are you observing? Are you getting the Ikari CP jar? Can you please check? Can you please check, boss? Are we getting Ikari CP jar?
Yeah.
Just observe. Let me comment up to now. Just observe. Ikari CP is gone, right? Is there any Ikari CP right now? Is there any
Never.
Is there any Ikari CP jar in the Maven dependencies?
No, sir.
Let me say it again. Are you getting? We are getting Ikari CP, right? Is it clear? Is it
Yeah.
okay? So simply right now, just observe control. Right now, let me search control space. Are you observing Ikari? Okay. Ikari data source, right? Is it okay, boss? Is it okay?
Mhm. Yeah.
Control one,
Yes.
like DS. Everything is perfectly fine. Okay, boss? Any confusion?
No.
We are getting one error. That means what? That means what? Observe. This method is undefined, right? Undefined for the Ikari data source. That means what? In the Hikari data source, class, right? This method is not available, right? F3 control O, you will get all the method. So are you observing all the method? Yes.
Get.
Implement. Okay, Hikari config F3 control O. Just on it. So if you search like, okay, some setter method. Okay, are you observing so many method, right? Get maximum full size.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. One get username, one
JDBC URL,
visible. Yeah.
JDBC URL, right?
Mhm.
The method name is what, boss?
Get JDBC URL.
Set JDBC URL, right? Set JDBC URL. Are you observing? But here we are
Yes.
using, what we are using only set URL, right? So method name is set JDBC URL. Okay, is it okay? I can.
Mm.
Okay. So we
Yes.
run. Everything is fine. Do I need to change anything? Do I need to change anything, boss?
No. No.
Okay. So simply let me run. Right now we will get what was we will get Hikari data source, right? Like com dot. Okay, Jex. Okay, something. Let's up Hikari data source. Let me run first of all. At this time, we are getting driver manager data source, but right now let me run. Are you observing? We are using which class? Hikari data source only, right? Is it okay, boss?
Yeah.
Repeat anything? So have you got it
No.
quite? how to use Ikari data source in our project, how to use Ikari data source.
Yes, yes.
Actually, this is our real connection pool, right? How to use connection pool. Can you use other connection pool like Apache DBCP2, Tomcat JDBC pool, C3P0? Can you use? Can you use boss?
Yeah,
Okay. So I have this
same.
point.
Yes.
Tell me.
Same now process.
Exactly, process is exactly same. Okay. So this is the connection pool, right?
Yeah.
This is the connection pool. You know, in the connection pool, we have multiple connection, right? We have multiple connection on it, right? If we don't define how many connection should be available, maybe 10, right? Maybe 10 connection pool or something, whatever. Get this one. So can we define how many connection is available? How many connection we set? Can we define the connection? Can we define the connection?
And only one.
For example, just observe the method. For example, here, now set the other properties. Or simply let me define. For example, here yes, a data source dot like set for example, maximum pool size. Okay, set maximum pool size. Are you observing?
Mhm.
Means what, boss? Hey, please define like 10 or 100 or 200 based on your requirement. Can you define? Can you define, boss? Like 5,
Yeah,
like 10. Okay, nothing more than this. Okay. Okay. So we are defining. So in the connection pool, we will have 10 connection, right? How many connection, boss?
10 connect.
Okay, 10 connection. Just observe 10 connection. But consider you are not using, right? You are not using. You are consider you are not using, or you are defining like this way means in your in your application, for example, right now you have how many connection? 10 connection, right? How many connection, boss?
Okay.
10 connection, or actually you are 12 connection. How many connection?
Well,
Consider in your project you are not using this connection. So you are telling like after 10 minutes, please remove the reused connection. Guys, please remove what was reused connection. Have you got my point?
yeah, yeah.
After 5 minutes, please remove the reused connection. Sorry, unused connection, not reused. After 5 minutes, after 10 minutes, after 12 minutes, you can define your time. Okay. For example, you can define after
Mm.
5 minutes. Okay. So 5 minutes means how many milliseconds? Whatever. You can convert this millisecond, right? You can convert this time. Okay, now, boss?
Yeah,
Yes or no?
yeah, yeah. Mm.
Okay. Or anything, whatever. Simply, you are telling like this, say, head yes, please set, okay, like idle. Are you observing some method like idle timeout?
Mhm. Yeah.
Just observe, just read above. Okay, read above. Okay. This property controls a maximum amount of time, right? In which second, millisecond, right? That a
Mm.
connection is allowed to set
Yeah.
it might means at this time, for example, you are defining like 5 minutes. So 5 minute a connection can be idle, right? Means it is not used. It is simply available in the pool. Whether a connection is retired is idle or not is subject to maximum value. It is simply candid. A good connection will be retired as idle before this timeout. A value of period means removed from the pool. Okay. So means what? After this time, when time will reach to 0, please remove this connection. Okay. Removed from removed from the pool. Okay. Leave this one. So simply we can set the time, right? Okay, now boss. Set ideal. Okay. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, yeah.
Any
Mhm.
second, like 1000 millisecond. Okay. 1000 millisecond. Should I repeat again, boss?
No, sir.
Better understanding. Simply search. Wait. Okay. And then show. Any confusion, boss?
No, no.
Just observe how long a connection can sit, okay? How long a connection can sit idle, right? Before being removed, okay? Before removing, you are telling, hey boss, you can keep, okay, like you can exist only like 10 minutes, okay? Like 10 minutes in the connection pool. If you are not used, then after 10 minutes, I will remove, right? Is it clear?
Yeah,
I am giving you 10 minutes time. After 10 minutes, if you are not being used, then simply I will remove you, okay? Simply you are defining was like this way, okay? So here one another point was another point. Okay, can we take this data from the outside? Can we take the data from the properties file? Can we take this data
yeah,
from the properties file?
yeah. We can take.
I directly go. So just observe in our application properties, okay? Like Spring data source, okay? This is specific to Hikari, okay? Hikari. Just observe Hikari related all the what was all the keys are available, right? Are you observing Spring data source Hikari idle timeout? Is it okay?
Uh, yeah,
Simply here you can define like this way also, right? Okay, Hikari timeout, JDBC URL, okay? All the things. Okay, I'm not
sir.
explaining.
Connection pools means this Spring dot data source dot is predefined names.
Sorry, connection.
Connection pool.
Connection.
Connection pool means
Consider what does mean by list. List mean one object. This object contain other object, right?
uh,
Consider same like this way. The connection pool is one object. This object contain multiple object, right? So you are telling to this object,
yeah,
that give me this connection object, give me this connection object, nothing more than this. Okay,
yeah,
have you got my point?
yeah.
Okay, so consider after like okay, yeah, what 10,000 millisecond. This is in millisecond, okay, only. So after 10,000 second, consider here we are using 12 connection pool, 12 connection object, right? In the connection pool, 12 connection, 1, 2, 3, okay, 12. So after 1,000, okay, 10,000 millisecond, 12 connection will be removed or not, right? Yes or no, boss? So
There.
we are telling, please don't remove all the object, don't remove all from the connection pool, don't remove all the connection. Please keep like two connection always, whether it is used or not used. Have you got my point?
Yeah.
Okay, whether it is used or not used. Okay, for example, DNS dot set like maximum or minimum, like minimum, obviously, right? Minimum idle, right? Is it okay? Have you got my point?
Mhm.
The property controls the minimum number of idle connection, right? That the recipe tries to maintain in the pool, okay? Always it is used or not used, boss. Always this will be available, okay? Means whether the object is used or doesn't use, used or don't use, always. Okay, for example, compound space. Let me use like 2, okay, or like 3. In that connection, in the connection pool, always 3 connection will be available, right? Have you got my point?
Yeah.
So here, okay, this is the connection 12, right? So after 10,000 millisecond, if there is no, if this connection object is not used, then 3 will be available, right? Remaining like 12 minus 3, what? 9 only, right? 9 connection will be removed from
Mhm.
the connection pool, right? Have you got my point, boss?
Yes.
Okay. Have you got the point? Have you got this point? Say it.
Yeah.
Okay. What is this? Control B. Maybe there are different method name in other connection pool, right? Carry connection pool. Okay. Is it okay, boss? Yes or no? Are you
Yeah.
okay? Everything is fine. So maximum pull size. Minimum. Just observe what should be the corresponding property. Just observe here. Okay, we carried schema, password, JDBC URL, timeout. Okay, are you observing connection timeout? Okay. Okay. Leave this one. Later we can discuss about this one. Only first one. Okay, are you observing like minimum ideal? Minimum ideal. Spring dot data source dot hikari dot minimum
Huh?
ideal. Is it okay, boss?
Yeah.
Okay. Simply just let me test here also. Why I am just wait 1 minute. Okay. Let me test here some property. Okay. Though we are not using at this time, like minimum ideal. What does mean by minimum ideal? I hope you got this point, right? Do I need to explain in Spring Boot again? Do I need to explain, boss? Maximum pull size, right? Yes or no, boss?
Uh, uh-huh.
Like minimum ideal, consider always 2 or 3 should be available. Control B, maximum pull size, maximum ID 12. Okay. This is some property. Okay. You carry minimum ideal. Okay. Why? Because this property is related to only what? Related to uh only he carry, right? So we are using this name he carry or other. Just let me clear this point here also. Like C3P0. Wait 1 moment. C3P0. I mean actually for other connection pool, other property name, right? Other connection for other connection pool, other key name, right? This is actually I wanna mean, okay? Any confusion up to now?
No.
Whatever I am discussing up to now, maybe you are not getting why I am discussing. Okay, right now understand. Right now understand. If you can understand this point, boss totally ignore. Let me comment. Let me comment. Okay. For this time, after setting, okay, after setting, okay, after setting this one, after setting this property, let me run my program once more time. Okay. Last screen. Okay, simple last screen. Just once more time, let me run. Nothing more than this. Okay. Okay, boss. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
Everything is okay. Now, why I'm explaining that. Okay, observe. Spring Boot, right? Let me create one Spring Boot project, right? Let me create one Spring Boot project. Or you can convert this project to Spring Boot project also, right? You can convert this project to Spring Boot project also, right? But there is no, okay, like one click option. We need to do some work. Okay, first of all, let me create one Spring Boot project. Can you please tell me how to create file, then new,
Yeah.
then
Maven.
why we went Spring Starter only, right? Spring Starter project. Okay.
Spring starter. Yeah. Spring.
Hmm. For example, okay, like day 13. Okay, now boss, day 13. Just observe. Mhm. Okay, like next, let me use, for example, JDBC models in JDBC model. Okay, are you observing Spring Data JDBC? Is it okay, boss?
Yeah.
Observe. Next, I'm not doing anything. Finish. Okay. So Spring Boot means what, boss? This is actually for auto configuration purpose, right? For auto configuration purpose. Okay. So this auto configuration purpose has some benefits. Okay. Or is obviously auto configuration has advantages. It also has some disadvantages also. Okay. What is the disadvantages? We can explain in the Spring Boot class. Right now, don't worry about this one. Okay. Okay, this is our boot project. So just observe your Spring Boot. We are adding, just observe. This is the very, very important point, right? If anyone asks you what is the difference between Spring and Spring Boot, right? What is the question?
Mhm.
What is the question?
In Spring, we are manually configurations,
Spring and
and
Spring
Spring
Boot.
Boot, we
Observe.
are auto configuration.
So mainly you can answer just simply in one line. The difference is auto configuration. Then what is the next question? What does mean by auto configuration, right? Okay. So just must observe in Spring, we are adding Spring JDBC, right? We are adding Spring what? JDBC, right?
JDs.
Are we getting eCRCP? Are we getting relevant? This eCRCP is relevant, right? Means eCRCP is required, or this kind of jar file or module is required to work with JDBC, right? This is the relevant. Okay, this is
Mhm.
relevant. So in Spring, are we getting relevant jar file?
In Spring Boot,
In Spring, we are adding Spring JDBC. Okay, Spring JDBC. The relevant jar file is Spring. Okay, like Hikari CP or other connection folder. Are we getting automatically this relevant jar file?
uh,
Are we getting?
automatically remove.
We are not getting, right? For this purpose, we need to add the dependency only. Yes or no?
Mhm.
So just observe one point. What does mean by auto configuration? Auto configuration mean multiple point. Just to understand only one point. Auto configuration means we get the dependency. We are adding Spring JDBC, right? We get the dependencies. Okay. Also we get the relevant JDBC, relevant jar file, right? Observe. What is the CPR? Can you see CP somewhere? Anywhere CP?
Yeah.
Where?
One minute, sir.
Yeah.
Scroll.
Okay. Okay. This is one is right, right?
Line number
Are we
56. Yeah.
adding recipe? Are we adding recipe?
Yes.
No, no. Are we adding recipe in Spring Boot manually?
Manually, no.
This is the Spring Boot. Observe. This is the Spring Boot only, right? Are we adding? But we are getting, right?
Yeah.
So everybody's point only one
Internally.
point. This is boot project. Okay. Observe. This is the boot. Okay. Spring Boot
Yeah.
project. So we are getting
Mhm.
relevant jar file, right? Have you got one point of auto configuration? This is not the complete definition of auto configuration, right? So we are getting a recipe.
Internally, they are downloaded.
We are getting the jar file. Also, we are getting the relevant jar file, right? Yes or no, boss?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Now you can ask. There are multiple what?
Java.
Multiple vendor. This vendor are providing was what? This vendor are providing like connection pool, right? Connection pool. But in Spring, the default connection pool is what? AKRCP, right? Which one?
Speakers.
Have you got my point?
Yeah.
In Spring, no. In Spring Boot, the default connection pool is what?
Speakers.
This is the connection only. Hey, in my project, in my company, in my project, they are using like Tomcat JDBC pool. No problem, boss. You can use. So simply you should remove this recipe and manually add this jar file. Like, okay, in my project, they are using C3P0 connection pool. Okay, boss. Simply remove this one and add this C3P0 jar file, right? Have you got my point?
Mhm.
In my project, they are using Apache DBCP2. Simply remove this recipe and add the jar file externally. Okay. Add the jar file externally. Okay.
Yeah.
Manually you need to add, right? Manually you need to add. Okay. But most of the project we are using eCRCP. So Spring Boot by default adding this eCRCP. Is it okay? Have you got my point?
Mhm.
So here two questions. What does mean by auto configuration? Auto configuration means we get the jar file we have added. Also, we get the relevant jar file, right? Another point, what is the default connection pool in Spring Boot? Default connection pool, not most popular, most used. Which one is the default? EKRCP. Which one is the best performance? Which one is best performance? EKRCP one, right? EKRCP. And another point, boss. Another point in Spring Boot, boss. Okay, let me write this program in Spring Boot actually in Spring Boot. Okay. So just observe. This is the Spring Boot, right? One predefined. Okay, one predefined file. Okay, in the resource folder, application properties only, right? Yes or no,
Yeah.
boss? Can you please tell me? I'm asking you some question, very, very important for understanding. Observe. Who is adding? Who is adding EKRCP? Who is adding EKRCP? Spring Boot only, right?
In Spring Boot.
So do you think Spring Boot has the capability? Spring Boot has the capability to create object. To create EKRCP object. Do you think?
Internally.
Yeah. So another point. Observe. Another point, some point. Okay, I think it is not recommended to explain here, right? I'm sorry for that. Okay, what does mean by auto configuration? Auto configuration means we get an element jar file. Auto configuration means some object will be created automatically. Okay, you got the point?
Yeah. Yes.
Some object will be created. I repeat again, some object will be created automatically, not all object. So many predefined, so many predefined object will be created automatically. Among them, one of them is okay, we carry data source. Okay. Carry data source. You got my point, boss?
Yes. Yes.
Carry data source. Simply carry data source. So already object is available in application. Already object is available where, boss? In application context, right? I mean in Spring IOC container. Simply we are using @auto, right? Simply we are using @auto data source. No need to observe. No need to use. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No need to. Just one more. No need to define like this way, right? No need to define like this way, right? Have you got my point? No
Yeah.
need to create like this way. No
Yeah.
need to create. This is totally unnecessary in this Spring Boot. Okay. Okay, boss. Okay. Is it okay?
Okay.
Now you can tell me
Yes.
if we don't create like this way, then how we can set, how we can define our database password. Okay. How we can define our what?
That was awesome.
Database password, database URL. Okay, or other things. Simply boss using this property. Simply you can change using this property. Okay. Nothing more than this. Okay, boss. Is it okay?
Yeah.
This is the fixed. This is the fixed URL. Okay, this is the fixed URL. Sorry, this is the fixed key, right? This is the fixed key. This is the fixed key. Value is changeable, but this is the fixed key. If you write like this way, driver class name one, Spring Boot cannot understand, right? Have you got my point? Okay, is it clear?
Yeah.
And another question, also I will explain in Spring Boot. Maybe you can ask. Connection pool will be created automatically in Spring, right? Connection pool will be created automatically in Spring Boot, not in Spring Boot, right? If you want boss manually, you can create. If you want manually, you can create, right? Okay. Using the bean method. Using the bean method, manually you can create. No issues, I will explain. Leave this one, all the unnecessary thing for today's class. If you get some basic idea about connection pool or about EKRCP, have you get some basic idea? Am I audible? Can you please respond? Basic idea about EKRCP or connection pool?
Right.
Is there
So
a network issue? Am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Have you got some idea about connection goal, about historicity, about data source, about auto configuration? Have you get some idea? Okay. So now we are going to start Spring Boot after all just week. Now, can we continue today or can we stop today for today?
Yes, so we can take today.
Sorry.
Oh, I think this two more times.
Okay. Just okay. Let me explain some few concepts. Okay. Like what?
Mhm.
Okay. There are so many concepts actually. Okay. So many concepts actually from the core module. Okay. If you want those, I can jump, right?
Yeah.
But whatever I'm explaining,
Mhm.
you feel you like all the things are new. Yes or no?
Sir, one more. I'm learning Spring MVC and JPA model, but I didn't get this concept, Tika recipe. So this concept is for me. This
Whatever.
concept is in root or Spring.
Actually, I'm just discussing like this way so that you can confidently answer, right? You can sit in the interview
Yeah,
room very confidentially, okay? Very confidently.
yeah.
Also, you can show your experience also, okay? Leave this one.
Okay.
So, just one point. Also, there are so many concepts. Actually, I jump, okay? Maybe for last, okay, like 11 to 10 days, I explain basic concept from the Spring Code. So maybe you feel good. For this purpose, directly I jump with a new concept, right? This is actually Spring JDBC, whatever. So actually, I can explain about data source. From the data source, I can take like 2 to 3 days class. Even I cannot complete all the things, okay? But this is not recommended to explain all the unnecessary thing, right? I don't want to explain
Yeah,
one is required, which one is not required for you, right? Because time is also important.
yeah.
Point, okay. Okay,
Yes.
let me stop uh discussion all the unnecessary thing. Now let me explain. Let me just okay, don't worry about Spring Boot or Spring Data JQ or Spring MVC, okay? Just focus on the concept.
Mhm.
Also, there are so many concepts,
Yeah,
okay? Even some popular interview question also from this topic, okay? Just stop that. Okay, I'm asking you
yes.
some question, okay? I hope you know like your survey concept,
Yeah, yeah.
some life cycle method. Can you remember like init method,
Init.
okay,
Yeah, init destroy service.
destroy or service? These three methods are considered as life cycle method, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you already know what does mean by life cycle, right?
Mhm.
Okay, okay. I'm not making any note. It's your responsibility to watch the videos and to make the note. Okay, really, life cycle.
Yeah, okay.
Here, what is actually
Yes.
okay? An action goal, main goal actually like yeah, okay, very simple. It's okay. So many things. Leave this one. Now let me explain some concept like spin beam life cycle. Okay, it's okay. Uh, I didn't explain about the flow of program execution, right? I think I should explain about flow of execution, right? Line by line. After which line, after
Mhm.
which line will be executed, right? This is also important for you for actually understanding very deeply. Okay. So maybe I'll explain it in one
Yeah.
class. So observe Spring Bean life cycle. You know about Servlet life cycle, right?
Yeah.
So what is life cycle? Okay. So those I I hope you know, but you can revise this Servlet life cycle concept like method. What is the purpose? Okay.
Init
Like
service
this
destroy. Yeah, okay.
like service method. Okay. So if anyone asks you, boss, can you please explain Spring Bean life cycle or minimum tell me what is the
Mhm.
life cycle method? Okay. What is the life cycle method? Okay. What is the life cycle method in this Spring? Okay. If anyone asks you this question, okay. Also, this is popular question. Life cycle method in Spring. Okay. Spring Bean or Spring Bean life cycle. Okay. Life cycle. So actually, Actually, there is no fixed method, boss. There is no what? Can you please tell me what?
Fixed method.
Okay. There is no fixed method. There is no fixed, okay? Fixed method. There is no fixed method, okay? In the life cycle, life circuit, okay? First point is clear, right? Can you please remember about two annotation like post construct and pre-destroy? Can you please remember?
Yeah.
Annotation, just observe. Did so to get this annotation manually we need to add another dependency only, right? Yes or no? Can you remember? May or may not. But just wait.
Dependence.
Let me check.
I can't remember.
Just a moment.
I think there is no dependency.
Public void like M1 at the rate pre-destroy, right? Okay.
Mhm.
And another annotation is what? Object at the rate.
Post construct.
Okay, post construct. Okay. So maybe one day I explain what is the purpose of post construct and pre-destroy, right? When pre-destroy, okay, on the top of the method, we can both what? We can use this annotation, right? We can use this annotation, yes or no?
Yeah.
And this method will be called automatically, right? Automatically by Spring container, right?
Mm-hmm.
So actually, okay, simply next day I will explain about life cycle method. Okay, actually in Spring mainly, or you can say like minimum there are two life cycle method. Okay, and the name is not fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the name is not fixed like subnet. Name can be anything like M1, M2, M3, right? So if we define like post construct, if we define post construct, you can consider this is the init method. Which method, boss?
Init method.
Init method. And if we define like pre-destroy, then you can consider this is the destroy method, right? Let me check our
No, post construct means whenever object is created, then immediately M1 method is called. Just like init method.
can you please check? Maybe we use in day event, right? What is the purpose? Okay. Like post construct,
Yeah.
public void init. And can you please right now I hope maybe you got why I define the method name is like init, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And pre-destroy, okay? Before closing the IOC container, okay? Like
Yeah.
public void destroy, right? Okay. This was my plan before 2 days, okay? Like post construct, pre-construct, you can practice this one. So you can consider this is like your life cycle method. This is init method and this is the destroy method, okay? So I hope you get basic idea, but leave about life cycle method, how to configure in XML, then how to configure into interface, then how to configure using like annotation. I will discuss next, and then after maybe it needs 20 minutes, then I will discuss another new concept. Okay. Okay, boss. But after that, we can practice
Mm-hmm.
the purpose of post construct and pre-destroy. In Spring Boot means auto configuration. I hope you can remember in the form.xml file. Let me go to the form.xml file. Just observe. We are using to use this annotation. We are using this API only, right? Can you remember? Okay.
Yeah. That's
But
application API.
in Spring Boot, we no need to add any kind of any kind of jar file to use this annotation only, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Automatically we will get. Okay, leave this one. Okay, leave about the destroy. Okay, leave about life cycle method. Maybe next day I'll update this one. Already you get some basic idea, but it is better to explain next day. Okay. After all, please practice and
Mm-hmm.
do your task. Okay, what was your task? Okay, and I am not explaining actually JDBC
Practice.
template, the purpose of JDBC template. Okay, so it's not
Yeah.
required.
There is not required. Yeah.
If you want, you can also use. Okay, leave this one. Okay, but you should practice what should be your tasks. If you know Spring Boot, then you can write the program or project in the Spring Boot module. And your purpose is to do this program practically or by yourself, and please insert data, right? Insert data to the record, right? Insert data to the record, okay?
Yeah.
Take the data from the user.
Should I install STS or continue with Eclipse?
Are you using Eclipse or STS? Eclipse, right?
No, Eclipse.
Okay, so if you are using Eclipse, no need to install, right? No need to install separately STS,
Yes.
right? Maybe you will not find this
Mhm.
option like new Spring Starter project, right?
No. In my Eclipse, there is no Spring Starter project. I think we are converting this Spring Starter Spring
So
Boot project.
then maybe you already installed one plugin,
Some
right?
in yeah, plugins and
So if you don't
Spring
find
Boot
Spring
plugins.
Starter, then simply you can download or install plugin. Same thing, no need, okay? It is not required. Even in the company,
Yeah,
STS is not used. Mainly use Eclipse, okay? Eclipse with plugin, okay?
okay.
So no need to download
Yes.
STS separately. Okay, up to now, kindly please
Okay.
practice. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, okay.
Any confusion? Let me stop the recording.